Have you ever seen your cat sniffing the floor, an empty area, a corner of the house, or even the place where another animal used to stay, as if looking for something only they can see? To us, this may seem like strange behavior, almost meaningless. Sometimes the owner looks and thinks there's nothing there. But what if I told you that for your cat, that nothing may be full of information, and that this silent gesture may reveal an invisible map of smells, memories, bonds, and absences that we simply cannot perceive? Maybe your cat is not lost. Maybe they are reading an invisible detail that changes everything. There's a 2024 study published in Applied Animal Behaviour Science that began to uncover exactly this kind of behavior. Researchers from Oakland University, Brittany Green and Jennifer Vonk, investigated what happens to domestic cats when they lose a companion in the house, whether another cat or even a dog. They analyzed reports from 412 owners involving 452 cats that continued living in the same environment after the death of another animal. And the question behind this research was deep. Do cats also show changes similar to grief responses? Could that animal, so often seen as cold, distant, or overly independent, feel absence more intensely than many people imagine? And what they discovered is revealing. Many of these cats began to show changes that to us resemble behaviors associated with grief. Some started eating less. Others played less, slept differently, sought more attention from humans or other animals, hid more often, spent more time alone, or seemed to search for the companion who was gone. And this point is very important. It was not just any change. It was as if that cat's entire routine had been crossed by an absence. The place where there used to be another smell, another body, another sound, another presence, now seemed to carry an emptiness the cat was still trying to understand. But the most intriguing part is that the intensity of these changes was connected to something almost no one notices in everyday life. The relationship between the animals mattered. The time they spent together mattered. The quality of that connection mattered. The more they shared daily activities, rest, space, play, closeness, and companionship, the greater the chance that the owner would report stronger signs after the loss. More positive relationships were associated with changes in sleep, eating, and play. In other words, it was not just about living in the same house. It was the bond built inside that routine. It was the companion of territory, schedules, smells, small disputes, and small encounters. And when that companion disappears, the cat's world can change in a way our eyes do not immediately catch. This is where the invisible detail begins to emerge. Because for a cat, the environment is not only what appears before their eyes. The house is also made of smells, trails, sounds, habits, paths, and patterns. The bed where the other animals slept, the hallway they walked through, the bowl they used, the corner where they used to lie down. All of this may still be communicating something. So when your cat sniffs an empty area, when they stop in front of a space where nothing seems to be happening, maybe they are not just acting strangely. Maybe they are trying to decode an absence. Maybe they are searching for information that used to be there and has now changed. To us, it looks like an empty floor. To them, it may be a broken trail. Of course, the research itself brings an important caution. The authors do not claim that cats experience grief exactly like humans do. There is also the possibility that some of these reports were influenced by the owner's own pain, because people who were more affected by the pet's death also tended to notice more changes in the surviving cats. But that does not reduce the central point. Even with that caution, the behavioral changes observed are important enough to deserve attention. The study challenges that old idea that cats are indifferent, incapable of forming deep bonds, or too cold to miss another animal. Your cat is not just searching, they may be decoding an invisible trail, an echo of the connection that existed and that for them still resonates in the environment. It's a silent form of memory, bonding, and adaptation. They may not show sadness the way a human would. They may not ask to be held in the same way. They may not do anything obvious, but they notice when the routine changes. They notice when a smell disappears. They notice when a companion does not return.
And for an animal so connected to territory and predictability, that absence may weigh much more than it seems. So the next time you see your cat sniffing the floor, stopping in an empty corner, or searching for something that is no longer there, it may be worth looking more carefully. Maybe that behavior is not just curiosity. Maybe it's their way of trying to reorganize their own world after a loss. And maybe this invisible detail reveals something many owners still underestimate. Cats create bonds, feel changes, and may carry the absence of those who were part of their routine. If you have ever seen your cat searching for something that was not there, or noticed changes after the loss of another animal in the home, share your story in the comments. Each report helps reveal a little more about the feline universe. And if you want to keep understanding your cat better, noticing signs that almost every owner misses, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next videos. Here on Decoding Cats, every behavior can reveal much more than it seems.